So today I decided to play a few games. A few party games, let's go! What is party games, you might ask? Well, it is an amalgamation of multiple short little games all mushed into one. If you get top 3 out of, I think, 8 players, then you get these wacky things called stars, alright? First place, you get 3 stars. Second place, 2 stars. Third place, 1 star. Anything below third place, you're terrible, and you get absolutely no stars. If you claim your superiority by acquiring the most amount of stars while playing these wacky little games, you win! What do you win? Absolutely nothing! So for my first game, I was thrown into this game called Workshop. You have to sprint around the workshop trying to acquire whatever this long-nosed fella wants, because in this world, the testificates rule over all. You see how quickly that game ended? Yeah, that's roughly how quick most party games are. That's why they're party games. They're short, simple, and sometimes really blimming annoying, such as pig jousting, when you're thrown onto a pig and forced to impale those around you. I was not very good at this game, but my mate Josh was. Game 3 out of 8. My personal favourite game, Lab Escape. Basically, you just dig down, but you have to do it quickly! I mean, not to flex or anything, but every single time this game popped up, I always got first. That's not even an exaggeration. Another one of my favourites would be this little game called pig fishing. You all know the saying, there's plenty of fish in the sea? Well, in this alternate reality, fish are gone! So we replaced them with pigs. So there are plenty of pigs in this pond. And we've got to hook, line, and sinker these absolute lads into these little fishing holes in order to get stars. But you know how I said there was really blimming annoying games? Yeah, well, this is one of them. Lawn mower. Yes, that is a pun. You literally just mow down as much grass as you physically can. Of course, having such an enormous brain as I do, I was able to deduce the tactic of going diagonally in order to maximize the amount of grass I decimated. But now, game 6 out of 8 was one I thought I'd be good at. Because it involves shooting people, and death is something I am splendid at. Also, I thought, but in this game you shoot with literal pigs. And then those pigs explode! It's genius, right? Seriously, this game is on par with the invention of the light bulb. Look at this innovation. I wasn't particularly great at it though. Although, guess what? Once again, Josh was somehow really good at everything! And I only came 3rd. Speaking of 3rd, I was only 3rd overall. I needed to win both of the next games in order to even tie with the person in 1st place. But it's all okay, because the next game was Ho Ho Ho. That's a reference to Santa, by the way, and the Minecraft item, the hoe. Not whatever you're thinking of. The goal of this lovely little mini-game is to claim as much territory as you can. Just like the old days. And being British, it's practically a national tradition to claim land. So naturally, Josh and I were brilliant at this game. As you can see, the strategy is to claim the land surrounding your opponents, and then claiming the land in between them all. Unfortunately, I was able to get that brilliant victory. But for the final game, the final game was something different. Remember that TNT tournament I did? Well, that training would come into play here. Just kidding, it didn't. I fell. Unlike TNT Run, however, there are no other layers. And with this loss, this game of party games was over. My position being only 3rd place. I, of course, needed to redeem myself, so we hopped into another round. Same rules as before, 8 players, 8 games. And the first game here was this wacky little game called Trampolino. Basically, you jump on this splendid little trampoline here. It's actually quite big. And you hit your head on these points up here. Red is 10 points, yellow is 3, green is 1. First player to 40 points wins. Or, you know, the player with the highest amount of points when the time runs out, but we don't mention that. Whoever wins gets the almighty 3 stars needed that will carry on to the next game in the party games. And I started off with a very lucky spawn. I spawned practically right on top of 7 free points, and then proceeded to bounce as high as I could to reach boosters and those luxurious plus 10 points. And I was starting off strong, with a clear 1st place. You guys remember Slitherio? Well, they remade it in Minecraft. Now, as a little bit of a Slitherio player back in the day, I thought I'd be able to ace this game. I didn't know. I mean, look at this pathetic play. Pfft, it's alright though. While I might have been knocked down to 2nd, I was technically still tied 1st, so in theory I still kept my 1st place position. They just happen to have their name start sooner in the alphabet than me. Game 3 is one you should all recognise, so we'll skip past it and just say I was good at claiming my territory, but not at filling it in. Same with Game 4, which was the peak explosion one. So by Game 5, I was still in second, but first place had changed. First place was now Josh! I had to redeem myself in Game 5, of which its game was throwing these eggs onto a canvas and making a painting in harmony. Just kidding, it's all about claiming your land! As if I haven't done that already. I claimed so much, in fact. I was able to pull myself back up to first place. Now Game 6, I will confess, was a bit questionable. You need to kill, like, everything. Okay, maybe not everything. You see these lads that have +1, +30, minus 50%? Okay, I suppose those animals can live through this slaughter. Game 7, I was tied with Josh, and the game was shooting range. Basically just target practice. You see these here mobs? Yeah, now you don't, because I shot them. We gotta shoot them with our instant kill bow and arrows in order to win the game. However, I was terrible at the shooting game, and I had hoped to redeem myself in Game 8, the final game. And I mentioned a little bit of a spoiler earlier in the video, but the next game was Lab Escape. Yeah, this game! The one I said I never lost a single round in? Well, we hopped into this game again. Let's go! And, oh, come on, seriously, another round? Well, I suppose you've got to work for those bragging rights, am I right? So this is Game 3, Round 1. I know, it's confusing. We had set out to experience all of the party games in this video. So of course, we're going to play an extra round to weasel out the few games we had yet to play. And Round 1 of Game 3 was indeed a brand new game. You know what that game was? Anvil Spleef! Anvils basically rain down from the sky, and then when they land, the ground gets destroyed. So you gotta watch both your feet and your head to make sure you don't get squashed or fall in the void, or just to make sure you don't perish. And perish was something I did not do, because I got first. And then, this volcanic version of TNT Run, which I also got first in. And next up was this game called The Floor is Lava, which I feel is more appropriate for the previous game. Well, I mean, sure thing. You need to get your rhythm right and parkour your way to the very end of the parkour. But I got third, because I fell, like quite a bit. Round 4 of Game 3 was Minecart Racing. In this you're given a colour. In my case it was pink. And you need to shoot the pink ball in order to race ahead of your opponents. The more pink ball you shoot, the faster you go. Like Josh over here, look at him go! Woo! And now, with that immeasurable pace, of course he got first. I got second, and we were both now tied overall. Another new game for round 4, called Fire Leapers. I honestly think it's pretty self-explanatory. You just jump over these here particles, and don't get lit on fire. But you know what would be pretty lit though? If you hit that subscribe button right now! And motivated by the prospect of subscribers, I was able to win the game. By a landslide too. I was now 3 stars ahead of Josh. Round 7 was its Leaper Faith game. Not its actual name. Though I think it would probably be far better than Dive. You need to jump into this pool of water, and then a block gets placed where you stand. Of course, the more people jump, the harder it becomes to land in the pool. But obviously, I took the game very, very seriously, and made some modern art. Just kidding, you know what this is. Now laugh! And would you look at that? I wasn't the only one! But due to my obsession with the abstract arts, I had fallen into last place and didn't even get on the leaderboard in this game. That didn't matter though, because overall, I was so far ahead that I'd been able to keep my first place position despite not even getting top 3 in the Leap of Faith game. Game 7 was Slitherio, you know what it is, I got 3rd. But by Game 8, I was so far ahead, even if I got no stars and Josh got 3, I'd still win. My victory was guaranteed. However, that didn't stop me from tryharding in round 8. The game was called Jigsaw Rush, though it's pretty much just a memory puzzle. You need to look at this huge canvas and remember what it was. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Dirt, stone, gold, wood, brick, endstone, cobblestone, more wood, leather block. Done. You'll remember that? Because I did, and I got first place. I had won my 2nd game in a row, mind you, but we still had yet to explore every single game party games had to offer. So we kept playing. Jumping over fire. Oh, look at this bombardment! Where these lads won't stop shooting at you, and you need to survive. And also, where this fella somehow weaseled his way outside of the shooting zone. Like, what? He's invincible, because these pirates are shooting at the island I'm on, and not the island that guy is on. Safe to say that Island Man won, and Josh and I lost. Another new game? This is like Anvil Spleef, but you avoid all the falling snowballs, and they don't break blocks. You need to rush over to these here wooden platforms in order to win, and not get crushed by the impending bombardment of snowballs. Oh yeah, they don't forget to mention, after a certain round, you can punch people! And that's not very good if you want to win. Of which I did want to win, but still failed. We slid into the pig firing game, and then BAM! King of the Hill is here! Though it's called High Ground. Like the Star Wars meme. You need to stay on the platform for as long as possible without getting whacked off by everyone's fish! And I was able to get so far ahead and survive my opponent's seafood for long enough to get first place in this game. And that game alone propelled me up to second place. So I bounced my way into the trampoline game, and then kablam! A new game, Chicken Racing. You're slapped onto a chicken and you race! Pretty cool, right? That's genuinely all the different games there is on party games. At least I think. All the games you got around to playing anyways. So to answer the question, what the heck is party games? If you've made it this far, you've just sat through 10 minutes of me explaining all the different party games. Party games is all of those games mashed into one! Have fun rewatching the video for your answer! Good day!